Rain is striking the glass of a small apartment window, but Maya is still awake, staring at the ceiling. The physical world has gone quiet, yet her mind is stuck in an exhausting loop of tasks she forgot to finish and conversations she wishes she could restart. She is trapped in a state of hyper-arousal that spills across the empty street. Breaking a cycle of chronic sleeplessness often requires us to step entirely outside of our logical, waking reality and surrender to the logic of the subconscious. Maya leaves her apartment and steps onto the carriage of the Dream Express, a vessel that feels as real as the wood and brass it's built from. A conductor in a dark blue uniform waits inside. He explains that the train doesn't look for travelers. It looks for people who have forgotten how to dream. This journey doesn't cross physical borders. Instead, the train operates in the liminal space between yesterday and tomorrow, a zone where time and memory overlap. Before Maya can find rest, she has to navigate the carriages ahead, each one holding a different piece of the emotional baggage keeping her awake. In the first carriage, she meets Oliver, a young boy holding a paper airplane. He is trying to go home, but the logical details of where he lives have vanished from his mind. This graph visualizes displacement. When high stress shatters the links between memories, we lose our connection to the fundamental node of safety, drifting without a center. By focusing on a feeling instead of an address, a new connection replaces the logic he lost. The environment immediately shifts. A house with a blue door appears in the mist outside, and Oliver steps off the train, finally able to recognize his destination. Oliver found his way home not by remembering a map, but by following a feeling. The path forward often only appears when we stop trying to reason with our history and start listening to our instincts. Maya moves to the next carriage, where the windows show her childhood garden. She sees her younger self running past a wooden swing, oblivious to the years of grief that lie ahead. The scene shifts to her grandmother sitting beneath a tree. This is the source of Maya's restlessness, the sharp, persistent regret of not being present during her grandmother's final moments. This scale represents misplaced guilt. We often take circumstantial pain, events dictated by chance, and claim ownership over them, which tilts the scale entirely towards self-blame. Her grandmother looks through the glass and smiles, telling Maya she was never truly absent. She urges Maya to stop trying to magically rewrite a day that has already passed. By watching the memory fade without trying to reach out and change it, Maya finally drops a burden she was never meant to carry. The weight of that guilt remains in the past. It no longer belongs to her present. The final carriage is a long hallway of doors. They are labeled with the lives she didn't live and the words she never said, but she is drawn to a single door with no name at all. Inside is a quiet room with a writing desk and a blank notebook. This is the core of her dream, the simple, unadorned desire to tell stories that help people feel less alone. This resource drain is called stagnation. When emotional energy is siphoned into a continuous loop of past regret, the mind has nothing left to power future purpose. As Maya writes, the energy siphoned by regret is now rushing forward. The conductor appears at the door. He explains that the dream isn't a place for her to stay. It is a tool to carry back. Removing these past blockages leaves a psychological void, one that is immediately filled by the creative energy of our authentic purpose. Maya returns home to an apartment that looks identical to the one she left, but the heavy, static air of the night has cleared. She sits at her laptop, the cursor no longer a taunt, but an invitation. Over the years, her stories travel the world. People read her words in the middle of their own sleepless nights, finding a strange sense of companionship in the stories she once thought she'd never tell. Decades later, an older Maya watches from her window as the golden train returns for someone else. She sees a young woman, looking just as lost as she once was, step into the warm light of the carriage. The ultimate stage of healing occurs when we move beyond our own survival and begin to recognize the same cycle of recovery beginning in the people around us. If you are listening to this and finding it difficult to sleep, recognize the invisible weight you are currently holding, the questions you can't answer, and the mistakes you can't undo. You have permission to put them down. You can release the need to solve tomorrow's problems while it is still tonight. You can let go of the version of yourself you think you should have been. The glowing train is a reminder that even when your light feels covered by grief or fear, it is still there, waiting patiently for the moment you decide to look for it. Consider the sensation of being lost as a state of transit, a quiet gap between where you were and where you are going next. Lasting rest arrives when you realize you don't need to fix your entire life before the sun comes up. You are allowed to simply exist, exactly as you are, in this quiet moment.